Sorry, we're doing an interview, sir.
Oh, you doing an interview? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm moving on. I work right there. I'm talking on the phone. You got a problem?
Yeah, we're just trying to do.
Okay, cool. I appreciate you, mind. Yeah, you should mind. You should mind. Yeah. I'm gonna go do what gonna do right before you walked up. You know what I'm saying? Either way it goes. First of all, hold up. What? No, bro. Hold up. No. Let go.
Hold on a second.
Let's go. I'll smack you right now, bitch. Okay. I will smack you. You wanna get smacked?
Okay, that's enough. Hey!
Boom, executive protection training day field note. Before we get into this video real quick, I just want to say that I'm not throwing salt at the agents involved in this, the agent involved in this. Contrary to popular belief, this type of thing could happen to any agent working VIP in any city center at any point in time. But what I want to do is just point out some things. And of course, after the fact, of course, it's Monday morning quarterbacking, but there's a place for that in terms of learning from experience, right? With some things that I've seen in the game that I think could really help some people navigate a situation like this more effectively, which is going to happen. It's just a matter of time to many agents working in environments like this. So see this as an amazing teaching video. The agent here did the best he could. He did accomplish the mission, which is keep the client safe. So, no fault to him, much respect to him. This type of thing can happen to anyone on any given day. It's just maybe there's some things we could do to navigate it a little bit better. Who knows? I wasn't there, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. All right. So we have, there's a lot of details like this where we're protecting media or we're protecting political figures doing media, VIPs doing media. All right. So you can hear that there's social friction starting up right now, right? All right. So we're at that social level right now. My man over here walks up, my man who just entered the screen from the left. He's cussing. He's talking about how what we're doing is BS, We're at the social friction level right now. So this is where we have to use those social dynamics to see if we can navigate this situation, right? So you try to pull the guy aside, you try to see how you can help him, you try to give him some respect, you see if he's receptive to any of those things. All right, I'm talking on the phone, you got a problem. So now we're starting to escalate. He's being socially aggressive, essentially, and he's moving towards you socially, right? So our agent is still trying to our agent's actually doing a good job right here, kind of reason with him, gives him respect. He says, cool. I appreciate you. Small note, hands. He's got his hands in his pockets. You can see the client's actually looking down at those hands in those pockets. Right about here, I'm gonna make sure that I am respectfully, I don't wanna escalate, I don't wanna be like, boom, but I'm gonna respectfully be between my principal and that individual who is an anomaly, who is an unknown, and has his hands in his pockets, because hands are what kill people. Hands are what we need to watch out for, right? So we already got social friction. We've got our hands in our pockets. He's using that martial art of judo no, right? Judo no, I got a gun. Judo no, I got a knife, right? Principal actually does the right thing, takes a step back. Be a great time to just kind of switch up your foot, switch up your stance and get in between the two of them respectfully and calmly. Boom, he's moving towards the agent now. That's fine. I'm moving between the principal and this individual. And I'm gonna fake beta. I'm gonna say, hey, look, we don't want any problem. You know what? If this is where you want to do your thing, I'm gonna fake beta, and I'm gonna be respectful at this point. I'm not getting aggressive at this point, but I am prepared to do whatever I need to do. My hands are up in a respectful place. I'm having this conversation here, as he seems to be getting a little bit more aggressive. Now, you've got to begin remembering the executive protection mission, right? Hands are flying. He drops his backpack. Nope, right here, we cut it. Excuse me, sir, can you please step inside? Now, the reality of executive protection and private security is that most principals and clients are not going to want to buy, like, industry standard is 2 security operators. That's otherwise you have one agent, which is almost like having a throwaway, and you see what happens next when you only have one agent. One agent deals with the threat, deals with the problem. The other agent covers and evacuates the principal. But since we only have one, since this is private security and we have to operate within our client's financial left and right lateral limits, we got one guy on it. So now this individual is moving towards you, becoming aggressive. Sir, hey, we don't want any problems. I would tell my principal to go inside. At this point, now I'm dealing with this individual, and what you need to remember is the EP mission. What's the mission? Protect and exit and get out of that environment, right? So now I will smack you right now. Cussing's going on. All the civilians are going inside. I am actually retreating with them, and we are closing that door, and he is locked out, and we are calling law enforcement until the whoop. And now you're in a fight in the middle of the street, right? And it did look like, if you bring this back, it did look like our agent was essentially maybe retreating, because you can see right here where the hit happens. Remember, you got to remember, it's a different mission. It's not like, this isn't the mission of being a Marine. This isn't the mission of law enforcement. We're not enforcing laws, and we're not fighting the enemy. Based on his body language, maybe he was trying to get between the principal and the threat, and maybe he was actually going to go inside with them. Boom. Now this individual's become aggressive with him. I believe this is an off-duty cop. I believe we just saw some handcuffs in the small of his back. So he does have what he needs to try to execute on a citizen's arrest, which he actually could do right now. And now we're in a fight in the middle of the street. Absolutely can't let this happen, guys. This is one of those situations. Boom, make distance between you and this aggressor. Make distance, get your client, and get out of here and leave. You see my man in the white shirt looking back like, yo, this is some good content. Gotta love the world we live in. All right, right here, your aggressor backs up, makes space. He wants to start doing the me, myself, and Irene. Okay, cool. You do not move towards him. You're not worried about arresting him. He is not posing a threat. He is not posing to your principal. You're getting out of there. We're leaving, right? Law enforcement's being called as we evacuate. You want to designate tasks? Sir, you call 911 and you take your principal and you cover and move. We're already gone, right? So this is the mayor calling an officer has been assaulted. You want to get all the civilians out of the environment? Because this aggressor is athletic and he has nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. Get off the X with your principal and win the day. That is the executive protection mission. That is the only thing I would say. Don't get sucked into this with someone who has nothing to lose and just wants significance, or is emotional and wants to solve their beef with you, right? You don't know what they're capable of. And now we're in that weird area where things can escalate into a literal tragedy at any minute. You're trying to sweep them. It's not happening with this guy. It's not happening with this guy. And now you're on display. And if you don't win, client confidence and things like this can become in jeopardy. So these guys continue wrestling and grappling in the streets. If you're doing executive protection, and this is possibly where it could get fuzzy. Is he operating as a peace officer, as a law enforcement officer, or is he operating as an executive protection professional? That's a whole nother conversation. All right, so they're tied up. Dude's like, I'll cuff up, but you ain't cuffing me up. Okay, and dude looks like he's being taken into custody at this point. I really hope that guy didn't have a team with him, because they should have helped him out. These principals, in my opinion, all these civilians standing around in this environment should be in the closest known safe location. Depending on the nature of the emergency, maybe that's a hard room, maybe they're completely evacuated by the other agent or agents on the detail. But all in all, I mean, this isn't the type of thing, like, I would work with this guy, I would still hire this guy, the agent here. I'm not saying that, he was a bad guy, but it's that decision-making process that we can get sucked into sometimes, where it's like, hey, I want to deal with this, but it's like, he just assaulted me. Like, I should conduct that arrest, but it's like, what's the mission of the day? And I don't know, maybe his mission was site security on that location, and it wasn't his mission. Maybe he wasn't actually conducting executive protection operations just for them. Maybe it was his mission to do what he did. But when it comes to executive protection operations, you're focusing on your principal, you're focusing on making sure they're safe, and maybe you need to find a new location to shoot that piece of content. Byron, Rodgers, Training Day Field Note. Hope you guys got some things out of this. Much respect to everyone involved in this situation. Remember, protection's more than just a job. It really is a lifestyle. Boom.
Boom. If you're enjoying this video, go to epspecialist.com to take your executive protection career to the next level or to get in the game. Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade.